What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be previewing the Manchester City home game at the Etihad Stadium against Fulham. Before we crack on with this video though, make sure, like always, if you're enjoying the Manchester City content, running daily transfer updates as well. If you're enjoying the content though, make sure you press that red button, subscribe and press the bell and put your push notifications on to be notified immediately when I do upload and help support my channel. We're aiming for 6,000 subscribers. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. You can find my social media links too in description below and popping up on screen if you want to go and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Keep you up to date with everything happening with the latest Manchester City news, transfer news and also JSGC news. You can also find my email in the description below if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And don't forget also, leave a thumbs up if you enjoy this video and let me know your thoughts in the comments below with your score and team prediction from this game. So we're going to crack on with this video. Etihad Stadium, 1 PM GMT kickoff time, Sunday, January 26th. Match live on BBC. If you can't get yourself down to the game and you're living in the UK, it is being televised. But if you can get yourself down to the game, cheap tickets on sale. Tickets are still available for the game if you do want to go. FA Cup, 4th round. Chance to get to the 5th round and just that little bit of a closer step to Wembley Stadium for the Wembley dream. Of course, Manchester City, the current holders of the FA Cup. Can Manchester City retain one of the most prestigious cup competitions in the world? Now, our oppositions, Fulham, they are currently sitting 3rd in the Championship. They're 3 points behind Leeds in 2nd place. To be honest, that will be their priority going forward into the season. There's no pressure for them going into this game. They'll just see how it goes. If they get beat, they get beat. They want to focus on the Championship. If they win, that would be fantastic. They can go through, knock out, get a big giant kill, and also be able to use that as a momentum to spur them on. And if they get a draw, they're going to get a lot of money because more than likely the replay will be on TV and they'll also sell out Craven Cottage. So no matter what situation here, like, there's a positive for Fulham, whereas with Manchester City, they'll just want to get the job done. So yeah, no pressure on Fulham really. Fulham, they've been a little bit of a tricky side for us over the years. I still remember when we played them back in 2008, I think it was, and we were 2-0 up, was it at half time, and Fulham ended up coming back and they needed to win like 4 games in a row and they were 2-0 behind and they were set to be relegated if they didn't win this game. Came back to win 3-2, won the remaining games and ended up staying up. Something crazy like that. City with a pivotal moment there, and Fulham might be looking for that to try and just spur them on with the confidence to try and get that extra push in the second half of the season to see if they can get themselves back into the Premier League. Now, if we're wondering about Fulham's team, we're expecting to see Tim Ream starting at the back for Fulham, as he has done for a little while now. He's been there for quite a while. Got a good midfield, Tom Cairney, Harry Arter. It's a pretty decent passing midfield. I'm going to wonder if they're going to try and pass it out playing against Manchester City. I'll be very impressed if they do that. They've got a very quick striker. Bobby Reid is a good finisher too, so if we allow him space and allow him to get into positions where he can get shots and score goals, he will do that. He's a good goal scorer, Bobby Reid, so we're going to have to be very wary of that, wary of the counter-attack, and of course wary when it comes to things like long throws, set pieces, balls over the top, and the kick and chase game that a lot of clubs do tend to play against Manchester City. So that's what they're going to be targeting. But if I'm honest, I've got a feeling that Manchester City, or I'm confident, should I say, that Manchester City have got enough quality here to be able to control the game, get the job done, and win the game, though I am not taking Fulham for granted, because if we don't play to the best of our ability, and we let them in and have chances on our goals, they've got enough quality there to hurt us, and hurt us bad. Not just to get a replay, I'm talking they could well knock us out too. This is a knockout game. Of course, there's replays if we draw, but this is a knockout game. So if we lose the game, we're out the FA Cup. There's no going back. So yeah, we need to play to the best of our ability, but it's also a chance here for City to put in a bit of squad rotation, because we've got lots of games coming up, including in the midweek, a Manchester derby coming up against Man United for the second leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final. So City will have a squad rotation in place for that game. They'll have a squad rotation in place for this game, and then moving on from there. I sense, though, I reckon that City will probably go for 4 at the back in this game. Not something I agree with, but because City will be playing squad rotation, Fernandinho is pivotal when we're playing 3 at the back. Fernandinho will more than likely be given a rest here, so he can have a week-long rest and then go and play against Manchester United in the Cup. So I reckon we'll be at 4 at the back in this game, though I would really like to see us 5 at the back. If that means bringing in Eric Garcia and Taylor Harwood-Bellis and having John Stones, if he's fit to go, and Nicolas Otamendi sitting around him, then fair dues. I mean, this is a good game for John Stones to be starting in if he is fit, to try and get a bit of confidence, because boy does he need it. There's a couple of players here, Raheem Sterling included, that I feel like they just need to get a little bit of confidence going into their game. Now, Pep Guardiola's already spoken. It's unusual I do a preview and Pep Guardiola's beaten me to doing the preview, but he has. So I know the latest team news, and the latest team news is Leroy Sané. Manchester City's got a full fit squad. I highly doubt that we'll see John Stones, even though it's a good chance for him to get a few minutes under his belt and see how he responds from the performances that he's had of late. Benjamin Mendy, David Silva, who all missed out last time, and Aymeric Laporte, who went off with holding his leg, but he seems to be okay. I just would not risk these players. There's just no need for these players to be risked, in my opinion, from that game against Sheffield United. Why risk long-term injury? I'll be honest, like, if I see Laporte in the starting lineup, I'll be happy because Laporte's starting and he's getting more minutes, but actually deep down I'll be pretty cross because if he picks up an injury, there's just no need at all. Do you understand where I'm coming with this? No need at all. There's no need for David Silva, risk long-term injury to him. There's no need to risk John Stones. We don't know what's going to happen with the centre-back position and whether Stones might pick up a bit of confidence or not and then go forward from there and become a solid defender again. We don't know if Benjamin Mendy's going to get back to the fine form that he showed when he was at Monaco and little glimpses that we've seen at City. We just don't know, and to me, we're always going to need a big squad. We've got plenty of games coming from now until the end of the season. We need our squad, and if there's risks there, when we've got a game where we don't need to risk these players, like this isn't a do-all and end-all game, I feel like we shouldn't be taking risks here, in my opinion. I feel like we should be going with a nice squad-rotated, strong squad with some youngsters featured in and out, but I don't feel like we should be taking risks with some players that have had little niggling injuries or are just returning from injury. But that's just my opinion. You are free to your opinion. And like I said, Leroy Sané definitely will not be featuring. He is training alone, but he isn't training with the first-team squad, so we're just going to have to wait and see for when we get a return date for Leroy Sané. I reckon we're 2 or 3 weeks away, in my opinion. Now, score prediction for this game. I'm going to go for 2-0 to Manchester City. I reckon we'll get the job done. I reckon Sterling will grab a goal in this game. That's my betting tip, by the way. I'm almost certain that Sterling, Sterling should be starting in this game, in my opinion. He needs the confidence, so he has to start in this game, and I'd put him in an important role. If we're going to go 5 at the back, I'd have him in one of the attacking 2 roles. If we're going with 4 4 at the back, and we're going with 2 wingers, then I'd be tempted to have him rotate with Bernardo Silva and get Raheem Sterling on the right-hand side. Maybe move Bernardo across, or have them rotate and alternate throughout the game, just to try and do something different and get Raheem Sterling firing on all cylinders again, because Raheem Sterling, when in fine full form, he's a fantastic player. We need to try and get him there. And this is a perfect game to try and get him there. So I'm going to go for Sterling. Got faith in his ability. He's going to score a goal. City to keep a clean sheet, get the momentum going. Clean sheet in the last game, winning 1-0 away against Sheffield United. Let's try and get another clean sheet in this game. So I'm going to pop up my team prediction now for you. I've gone for Bravo in goal. I'm almost certain it will be Bravo rather than Ederson. And no, I don't think we'll be seeing Scott Carson starting, which is a shame, because I think that Scott Carson, in my opinion, actually is a pretty solid goalkeeper. So I have no problem if he did start, but I reckon it will be Bravo. Gone for Cancelo right back, Angelino left back. Zinchenko looked very comfortable playing at left back. I won't rule him out starting in this game either at left back, defensive midfield, or a midfield role, but he started in the last game. Benjamin Mendy's just coming back. I feel like Zinchenko could well make that left back position his own. Started in the last game, so I'll go for Angelino in this game. He's fit. Let's give him a game. I've gone for Otamendi centre back along with Eric Garcia. Don't rule out possibly seeing Taylor Harwood-Bellis maybe starting alongside. I do not know. I imagine we'll see a couple of young players sprinkled in and around. So I'm talking players like Tommy Doyle, Taylor Harwood-Bellis. I'm talking Adrian Bernabe, 2 up front possibly. Not to start, but maybe featuring on the bench 1 or 2 young players for City. So which young players will they be? Will be quite interesting. Going for Rodri, defensive midfield, sitting alongside Ilkay Gundogan to play in that box-to-box role, along with Phil Foden playing, because Phil Foden hasn't played too many minutes with us, getting all these squad players coming back, so I'd like to see more of Phil Foden, because I think he's a wonderfully exceptional player. And for Bernardo Silva, Raheem Sterling, like I said, to alternate from left midfield, right midfield, to switch in throughout the game, keep things unpredictable, try and tire the legs out of their fullbacks. I'm going for Gabriel Jesus to be starting up top. Like I said, it's a good chance here to try and get some confidence for these players, including Jesus, who missed a penalty. If City get a penalty in this game, it will be very interesting to see who does take that, should Sergio Aguero not start in this game. Personally, if I play with a team that I've predicted, I'd have Ilkay Gundogan, because he's a really good penalty taker. Of course, that penalty we won't talk about in the pre-season friendly against Wolves, which wasn't so great, but every other penalty that I've seen him take, pretty solid in my opinion. So there we go, that's been the video. Like I said, leave your thoughts in the comments below with your score and team prediction. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget you can subscribe, press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on to stay up to date with everything happening with JSGC and everything happening with the latest Manchester City and football news. You can stay tuned for that. And don't forget also social media links in the description below and popping up on screen if you want to go and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And you can find my email in the description below for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. So I'll see you all again for the next video. We've got daily transfer updates running. We'll also have an analysis up after this game, so make sure you stay tuned for that. We'll have that up. Looking forward to this weekend. Fingers crossed City will make it to the 5th round of the FA Cup and see if we can hold this trophy. We've held the Carabao Cup now back-to-back. We've held the Premier League back-to-back. Can we hold the FA Cup back-to-back? We'll have our answer, or we'll be able to progress a little bit, hopefully, going into the next game. So I'll see you all then. So it's been JSGC. Hope we'll have a wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy the game if you go in. Enjoy if you're not, we'll go in and you just enjoy the game anyway. Yeah, I'll see you all again for the next video. So, yeah, having JSGC. Peace. Ciao for now.